Last One to Know by Barbara Freethy. Narrated by Amy Mcfadden. Prologue. New Orleans, Louisiana. The weather had changed since I'd landed in New Orleans 24 hours earlier. There was a hurricane stirring up trouble in the Gulf, but it was supposed to miss the city. But even if it didn't, I'd be gone before the storm made landfall. As I walked through the busy French Quarter on a Saturday night in mid-September, I wouldn't have guessed that anyone was worried about the storm. The bars and restaurants were full, with crowds spilling out into the street. The weather was balmy, humid at 75 degrees at 11:50 at night, and I could feel the sweat beating up on my face, my dark brown hair getting thicker by the minute. I wished I could leave right this second, hop in a cab, and take a plane back to my normal life. But normal had never lasted long for me, which was why I was here now, when I should have been home. I took a turn at the next corner, walking down a much quieter side street where the music faded into the distance and the shadows grew longer and darker. I paused in the doorway of a tattoo shop that was closed for the night and checked my phone. The last text I'd sent sat there with no reply, and my stomach turned over again. I'd been fighting fear and nausea ever since I'd left Los Angeles, ever since I'd lied to the people who loved me. Looking up from the phone, I saw a cluster of drunken 20-somethings coming in my direction. They passed by, barely giving me a second glance, too interested in trying to remember the lyrics to a song they were singing as they stumbled down the street. I was 29 years old, not that much older than them, but I felt like an old woman in comparison. I couldn't remember the last time I'd felt so carefree, so confident, so young, and so free. Maybe I'd never really been any of those things. I'd just pretended to feel like that so I would be like everyone else. But I had never been like everyone else. The bells on a nearby church suddenly rang, 12 long, penetrating, clanging bells that were echoed by my pounding heart. I hurried down the street. We were supposed to meet at the cemetery next to the church. Even though I hadn't gotten a text to confirm, I needed to be there, because that's why I'd come. As the wind lifted my hair, I felt drops of rain. Maybe the city wouldn't take the full force of the hurricane, but the incoming storm...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?